I'm not building up to anything, I just, you know, really liked the lighting and the shade and stuff, so I kind of wanted to use it to concern people for about, you know, 2 seconds and see, you know, what the general reaction was of, oh god, she's just sitting there being weird. But that's me. So my computer and stuff has been moved upstairs because we're preparing the living room things for new sofa and stuff. So in advance I've brought everything upstairs to the study. My camera is now at a weird angle. I don't have the usual lighting, window in front of me, light in front of me, and lamp. So there's a really weird kind of thing going on here. Window's now to my left. Yeah, it's my left. And that's why I've got like epic dark bit here and epic light bit here, but I could fiddle around with it, but I kind of don't want to because I actually like the composition, particularly for this post. I'll probably change it at some point, but now I don't want to, and it kind of works for this particular post, which is fairly important to me, as I'm about to take a step into something I never anticipated I would have to do. Mainly out of denial, to be honest with you, but it's pretty important to me. So yeah, in my previous post I referred to the fact that I am now basically on the verge of snapping, if I'm completely honest with you. I've got a lot of support from friends, from family, which I'm eternally grateful for, but there is only so much people can say, only so much you can say to them in turn, and only so long they can hold you back by the scruff of the neck to stop you from falling off that cliff. Not intentionally, just before your foot slips out from under you and you go over without control. So I needed help, especially given the fact that this weekend I went away, stayed with some friends, just to kind of give me the space to think and the like. I wanted to run away from myself. And on the Sunday before I was coming back, my brain just snapped, and I went out for what I thought would be a brief walk to get some air some thoughts, and then come back. Yeah, turned into a 4-hour shutdown. Basically, my brain just completely closed in on itself, and fortunately I was with someone, but I could feel this logical voice in the back of my head trying to force me forward, trying to force me through this, and the blackness just overtook me. I completely closed off, and I think my entire body language just basically wanted to tell them to just go away. They very, very kindly stuck with me, but it was ridiculously painful. And you can generally tell when I'm having negative thoughts in the cloud in my head when I start rubbing, because I can feel it there, it's pressure. And no amount of logic, no amount of common sense, no amount of words help you get through it. It's a chemical reaction, basically. You've got your voice in the back there, and you've got the new voice just there going, no, pushing that down, that's not happening. The best illustration I could give is that I am me, I am Frankie, but Frankie is enveloped like in a filter of blah. And so I can't take it off. Using this onesie isn't the best example because it's my onesie and I love it and it's awesome. But that's the best example. I'm shrouded by something and I just can't take it off by myself. So, went to my counsellor, she recommended I take antidepressants. I went to my GP for an emergency appointment because the waiting time was a little bit ridiculous. And they informed me that certain antidepressants can actually affect your kidneys and further increase kidney failure. Yay! And that nearly pushed me. That very nearly pushed me because it was like the one thing that seemed to offer me some kind of salvation from these thoughts that would do me further damage. And it was literally like there was no escape. Fortunately, before I had a complete spasm and broke in her office, she said, there is one thing, however, that might work, and gave me a prescription for something. And so I got home and immediately contacted my specialist and said, can I do this? Because I kind of need it, like, urgently. And I got a call from them this morning basically saying, yes, that's absolutely fine. So, went out this morning and I picked up a prescription for this. Fluoxetine? Yeah, that's a word. It comes in a neat little box. Oh, so pretty. And it comes in some, I swear this is the same colour as my old school uniform. Some neat little pills in a pretty little packet. I'm currently on that dose. I don't know how long I will be on that dose for. I'm going to go back and see my GP in about 3 to 4 weeks' time or something. And I will be seeing my counsellor on a weekly basis whilst I'm taking this, so she can basically monitor my progress, which I think is the best course of it, because that way I don't go through this alone. And on top of that, again, I have so many people supporting me and looking after me and the like, who've gone through similar things, and if I'm feeling like I'm breaking, I can contact them and go, nah! And yeah, they'll help me through this. So it's difficult, but yeah. So the fun bit, this is the bit I actually enjoy the most when it comes to taking new medication, is reading the leaflet that comes with it, with all the information. And what amuses me is that most of the leaflets you receive with medication, you literally spend like half an hour opening up this huge map of things. It's got all the information ever. Do not snort up nose. Do not insert into earlobe. This won't work. That kind of stuff. Anything, anything that could have been reported back. What I like about this is that it's in scroll form, so that's kind of cool. It never ends. It just keeps going. Oh wait, there we go. Both sides, yeah. So I did what any normal patient does, and I sat down. What you should do, you should always do this, and sat down and read as much of it as made sense to me. For example, I tend to avoid the bit about children or medicine, that it's interacting with medicine I don't already take, that kind of stuff. So I am reading the side effects, and they're pretty intense. They're kind of listed in very common, uncommon, rare, that kind of stuff, including report any new shit that you might feel. Yeah. So I'm reading this going, bloody hell, these are really intense. Jesus. And then I kind of think to myself, I'm already going through most of these. I already get hit by insomnia. I already get hit by fatigue. I think my favourite of all the common side effects you can get. This one's actually particularly difficult. I mean, if I go through these, then I'm in trouble. Yawning. I mean, I yawn ever so irregularly, so when I do yawn, I do know it's cause for alarm. Yeah. And apparently, one of the rarer ones is one of the uncommon ones is teeth grinding. I don't know how I'm going to live with that. That's going to be torture. In no way did I have like a year's worth of dental work done because I ground my teeth already. Another one of my favourite ones is, a more rare one is panic attacks. Because those are rare for me. Yeah, never go through those. So yeah, I was a little bit scared, a little bit nervous about taking these and encountering side effects. And then it occurred to me that I'm basically going through most of those side effects already because of my renal function, because of my anxiety, because of my depression, because of the chemical that's in my brain. So yeah, that's not going to be a new experience for me. Unless they're heightened. But then I already deal with them. They can't be any more heightened than they are. The reason I'm laughing about this, the reason I'm in this humourful state is, one, because I kind of feel like I've got a bit of a way out from the crap I've got going on through my head. It's kind of an escape, and it feels kind of good. Also, you have to laugh. You have to laugh, because I've done the opposite of cracking and curling up into a ball in the corner and crying. And that's not a pleasant reaction. So I choose the laughing reaction, you know? Because you've got to keep your humour. You've got to keep your humour when you can. And even after I've had an attack, I then start laughing and find something to be amused by. Because it kind of turns the tables in my head a little bit. But this weekend I demonstrated to a friend just how weak I am. I know I've got internal strength and all that blah, but I demonstrated to him and myself the raw, unmasked version of myself, and it shocked me. I'm actually surprised by how much of a cover I have on, to the point where I protect myself as well as others, because I don't like accepting what's going through my head. A few weeks back, I think a few weeks back, I had to cancel something because I felt absolutely poorly, so I had to cancel it. Yeah, the feeling of guilt and anxiety stuck with me for about 4 hours. I could hear the logic. In fact, I actually gave some advice I needed to follow myself. I gave some advice to Tom, and the logic was telling me, this is your advice, this is what you should be listening to, and you physically cannot push it into your brain. So I'm really hoping that these help me work past that until I have the strength to do it myself again, because right now I'm really lacking in strength. It's just not there anymore. So yeah, I'll be recording my experience, and I'll be taking these in the morning with the rest of my medication, so that I'm constantly taking it at the same time, and I've already got my alarm set up and stuff, so it's all together, so it's no different. Maybe I won't feel anything the first couple of weeks. My brain just laughed at me. Oh god, I actually mocked myself in my head for that. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. Let's see how this goes. Hope you enjoy the ride with me.